But while Aberdeen have won the Cup 7 times, United have never laid hands on the trophy. So who would claim a place in this year's final against the winners of tomorrow's Rangers-Kilmarnock clash? Billy McNeill and Jock Brown were at Hampden to see as our young Tennent's Cup mascot competition winners proudly led out the teams.
Dundee United manager Ivan Golats resists the temptation to expose his promising youngsters David Hanna and Gary Bolin to the crucial midfield area. International Dave Bowman returns after missing the Rangers match in midweek. But there's plenty of youth supporting Craig Brewster in attack. Jared Nixon from Trinidad is partnered by 20-year-old Andy McLaren, who did so well against Rangers and starts the game for only the second time since November. He first came to prominence as a member of the Scotland World Youth Squad of 1989. Aberdeen manager Willie Miller has decided not to risk Theo Snelders in goal, so 42-year-old John Burridge continues. Stephen Wright and Scott Booth are out through injury, and skipper Alec McLeish is suspended. Gary Smith comes into central defence. Wright's replacement at left back is 19-year-old Hugh Robertson, who plays his first Tennent's Scottish Cup tie for the club in only his fourth first-team start. He joined the club from Lewis United 18 months ago. A very experienced referee for this afternoon's semi-final. It's Jim McCluskey from Stewarton. The battle for a place in the final, the Tennent's Scottish Cup, begins with Dundee United kicking off, playing in their normal tangerine strips. Aberdeen have had to change to avoid the colour clash. And a very big match for both sides, with the championship surely too far away now for Aberdeen, and Dundee United needing a big finish to ensure a place in Europe next season. There's Brian Irvin launching that long ball forward. Gordon Petric leaves his goalkeeper, Guido van de Kamp, to clear the ball. So they headed away there by Cleland, and it's Alec Cleland who's been asked to mark Ian Jess. He's in a man-marking role. Two teammates formerly in the Scotland under-21 side in direct opposition. There's Andy McLaren. McLaren lofting it forward for Brewster. He was pushed there by Gary Smith. United's leading goal scorer this season. A wonderful first season at Tannadice after his transfer for £250,000 from Wraith Rovers in the summer. Brian Welsh well forward, and Nixon beating the ball there by McKimmie, captain of Aberdeen this afternoon. There's Maurice Malpass playing wide on the left side of midfield. Takes the pass back from McKinley. There's McLaren with a header. That's a brilliant save by Burridge. Almost the perfect start for Dundee United, and this was outstanding goalkeeping. McLaren finding space inside the area as this ball comes across. He makes a very good run in behind the defence for that glancing header. What a save from Burridge.
Yeah, here we see that effort again, Jock, and look at the good timing by young Andy McLaren, but what a magnificent save from John Burridge.
The two sides obviously, Billy, who want to play.
Well, that's right, it's been encouraging, but certainly that midfield there is going to be very hotly contested, and you look at both have got experienced midfield players there. I saw this midfield lineup of Aberdeen's last week against Rangers. They played very well and very comfortably, but already we've seen the competition there, and I think whoever wins this battle is going to go a long way to seeing themselves into the final.
United going for experience across the midfield. They have lined up 4 international players. Jim McInally wide on the right, Dave Bowman and Billy McKinley in the engine room, and Maurice Malpass wide on the left. International role. Headed away by Irvin. And against that, Aberdeen have lined up Ryan Grant on the right, Richardson and Kane in the middle, and McKinnon on the left. Exactly the same quartet who played so well at Ibrox a week ago. Here's Richardson. Good running there by McKimmie. This is Shearer on the turn. 1-0 to Aberdeen. Duncan Shearer does it again within his 25th of the season. It was the intrusion here of Stuart McKimmie which made all the difference here for Lee Richardson. They played in that delightful pass. McKimmie played it first time. Now Shearer will admit he's hit the ball better than this. And it's a disaster for Guido van de Kamp.
Here we see it's a typical Duncan Shearer goal because he doesn't really get a particularly good strike at it. But look at Brian Welsh will regret the fact that he didn't close it down quickly. But there's the instigation of the whole thing. A beautiful pass by Richardson. Look at that early return ball in. And there you are. You see Brian Welsh maybe not quick enough to get the challenge in, but we saw John Burridge have a lovely save a minute or two ago. And now Guido van der Kamp at the other end has failed his team on that occasion.
So the leading goal coming in 7 minutes, and a major setback to United, who must have been growing in confidence on the balance of the outfield play at that point. It started very well indeed. It's McInally forward. Here's Nixon. Good running by Nixon. He's very elusive indeed. This is McLaren. Awkward for Burridge, and he took no chances. Good goalkeeping again by Burridge. First corner kick of the match. Billy McKinley to take it. Irvin and Smith both having headers there defensively, and there's a chance again. It's off the post, and once again Andy McLaren denied with a header. Duncan Shearer played the ball inside here. He had it clear from Gary Smith. Then it was Brian Irvin. Now look at Duncan Shearer staying back. And also a player slow off the line, Ray McKinnon, I think. So here's McInally. Swept away again by Irvin. Oh, what a start to the match. And the break's going Aberdeen's way so far. Good play by McKinley. And no problem that time. Well, Andy McLaren denied there by that post, but this is the goal which put Aberdeen in front. Duncan Shearer very quick in the turn with that good volley, but it shouldn't have been good enough to beat Van de Kamp. Well, 25 in the season for Shearer, 50 in all for Aberdeen. Remarkable performance. That's Grant. Good turn by Richardson. Now Shearer. This is Kane. Over the far side is Grant. A very good break this by Aberdeen. And Petric did enough to put Grant off there. Good piece of defending by Petric. But a swift counter-attack there from Aberdeen.
Aberdeen are able to use the width on the right-hand side because Brian Grant's keeping himself very wide there, and it's only that last-minute interception by Petric that prevents him from getting a good cross in. But we've seen them use that already to their advantage.
There's Richardson. That's deflection, and very well taken by Van de Kamp. Well, the in-swinging corner kick here from Hugh Robertson, headed away firmly by Welsh. Returned by Richardson and deflected there right to the goalkeeper.
And that's right, that allows the goalkeeper to make up for immensely the first goal, for Aberdeen's goal, but there you are, deflection. Could have put him off, but he held it comfortably.
Well, some indications here that Aberdeen are very content to sit in the lead and strike in the counter-attack, Billy.
I think that's certainly the plan, but I think one problem that United are finding is that because Gordon Petric plays so far back, there's a long way for the midfield players to get up and support of the front players, and they've had one or two interesting breaks there. And I think that's why the players have opted for shots rather than looking for a supporting colleague, because they've had so much ground to make up.
And Petric has lots of power in his right foot. I wonder if he's thinking about testing John Burridge. There's Petric. Not a bad effort there by Petric. Rather too straight perhaps. John Burridge made certain that came to no harm by covering the ball.
It's certainly a long way out, but he gets it, it dips. There we are, at the end of the day we see John Burridge watch it comfortably go over his bar. It certainly is well worth it. I think what United have got to start doing, they've got to start hitting the target, because they want to get back to go terms, so they've got to start having a few strikes, one or two hopefully on the target.
Petric reacting quickly as Shearer closed him down. This is Welsh. He's earned the throw. I'll pass across there to Dave Bowman. A shooting chance perhaps. Had to be watched carefully by Burridge. Well, Dave Bowman not a prolific goal scorer by any means. It's 2 for the season so far.
Once again we see John Burridge, how comfortable he's taking that ball. And Bowman gets himself in a good position, but there's never any danger of a slip. John Burridge got his legs behind him, picks it up comfortably.
Petric again going for the long ball from defence. There's just 5 minutes left in the first half. It's helped on by Brewster. United have the throw. This is McInally. Great play by McLaren. Covering man for Aberdeen was Richardson. Fallon did well against Jess. Here's McKinley. The gap opened up ahead. Brought down by Richardson. Richardson not too pleased with Ian Jess, the way in which he lost possession to Cleland a moment ago.
Again, it's an enterprising bit of play, but it's clearly a foul, and probably Lee Richardson's worried more about what's going to happen now.
McKinley and McInally over the ball, and they have Ryan Welsh and Gordon Petric in the area. And Welsh going for that with Irvin. Was he eased off the ball? That's the question. Ryan Welsh thought so.
It's a marvellous ball into a very dangerous area there. Nah, I think it just that Ryan Welsh was a bit short of getting it. Said I might as well make a dive and see if we get some from it. Here we see it from the other side, and again, no, I think the referee is exactly right.
So Welsh has scored that vital goal against Motherwell in the replay for Dundee United to keep them in the cup. So time running out in the first half for United. Well, if anything, it's getting tougher out there. McLaren making a good run off Robertson here. Looking for the cross again. Here's Dave Bowman. The covering player with Brian Grant for Aberdeen. A timely intervention by Grant.
Yeah, it's a nice ball through, and once again we see Andy McLaren's particular brand of skills. He looks up, knows what he wants, plays a good ball into the middle there. Now Dave Bowman here might well have been better advice to go and have a real go with his head there, but as soon as he gets the ball down, he allows a challenge to take place, and the chance is gone.
Now Richardson looking for Jess. Cleland is close at hand. No messing about at all from Alec Cleland, who's had a very good first half against Jess. Well, that particular battle going one way at the moment.
Well, it certainly is, because we know Ian Jess's ability to snatch a goal or two, and we've not really seen him in a position where he might well threaten the Dundee United goal, and a lot of it's down to Cleland's close attention.
So half-time whistle, and Aberdeen depart with a crucial lead provided by Duncan Shearer in 7 minutes. It came though after a marvellous save from Andy McLaren by John Burridge, and then at the other end, when Duncan Shearer had the chance on the volley, Guido van de Kamp allowed the ball to slither under his body to put Aberdeen ahead. It's a lead which they barely justify in the balance of play, but at half-time it's Dundee United 0, Aberdeen 1. Aberdeen 45 minutes away from the second successive place in the Tennent Scottish Cup final if they can keep the scoreline the same. But Dundee United are sure to have plenty to say about that before the end. And I wonder, Billy, you've been in dressing rooms and big matches as manager before many times. What sort of things might be said by Ivan Golats?
Well, I think certainly what we wanted to seem to, I think, to push that bit further up in support of the front players. I think they've got to try and trap Aberdeen in at the back and not just have the odd occasional flurry into the box. He wants to, I would think he would want to see his team, and particularly midfield players, support the front players that bit better and just get into an area just outside the box where they're always in command of the situation, not let Aberdeen out, not let them away in these breaks that we've seen them use so dangerous in the first half.
Chested down there by Malpass, and a hefty collision there between Malpass and McKimmie. So frequently the Scotland international fullbacks together. Malpass had been fouled earlier though.
Yeah, certainly Maurice Malpass made a good intrusion there, but I don't think Aberdeen have any complaints about that being awarded against them.
Malpass sending the ball in. Good play again from McKinley. Nixon. Chance here for the equalizer. Still Nixon. And a great block there by Gary Smith to deny Nixon in good position. Malpass drives it past. But Jaron Nixon almost making a name for himself there inside the area. Well, he's frustrated and disappointed, and little wonder, because there he was making that bit of space. Look how quickly Gary Smith got across to make the block.
That's right, he showed some tremendous personal skills there. Look at good close control, opens up the target for himself, but there they are, a marvellous saving block.
There's Irvin. Shearer, delicately off for Jess, that was intended for Kane. So just past the hour mark now. United finding it going extremely tough as they try to claw back this one-goal deficit. Burridge getting there quickly and bravely ahead of Brewster. Burridge having words there with Gary Smith.
It's a long speculative ball, but once again John Burridge shows his experience, reads the situation well, and is prepared to stand up to what challenge is coming.
There's McLaren on his own for the moment, crowded out in the end. Robertson and Smith together. Grant to McKimmie. Petrus turning that, trying to beat any offside trap. Here's Billy McKinlay. Fine tackle by Smith. Oh, McKinlay almost through there. Richardson now breaks. Here's Jess. McLaren tackled well by McKinnon. Jess goes down, two heavy tackles, neither of them illegal, said the referee. Robertson across to Grant. Shearer breaking to the right, followed by his shadow Welsh. Done away by Welsh there. Last touch on by Shearer. So Dundee United also contemplating a substitution. Christian Daly, I think, is going to be involved very shortly. McKimmie helping that out for a throw. There's Malpass. Almost an own goal, a driven pass there by McKinnon. The referee said that was a deliberate pass back, and he's given an indirect free kick. Wow, this was hit so strongly, it's very hard to imagine it was deliberate on the part of McKinnon. I think he was trying to play this behind for a corner, but Burridge had to make a good save.
No, I have the feeling the referee was right, because looking at it, it played the ball exactly where he was looking. It might have been a bit strong on the pass back, but certainly John Burridge did well once again, but I think the referee's right.
Well, certainly a wonderful opportunity here for Dundee United, and before the free kick is taken, they'll make a substitution. Jaron Nixon, who's found they're going very tough, is being withdrawn. This time may come again in the future. Acknowledging applause from the Dundee United supporters. The replacement is young Christian Daly, 20-year-old. Has shown such promise, but has had such difficulties with injuries. Now, the free kick. Brewster with the player, likely to strike this ball. Bowman over the ball. Everyone back in the goal line for Aberdeen. And Burridge made a great save there at the feet of Brewster. Well, every Aberdeen player on the goal line.
Well, it's an interesting situation, but look at the way that John Burridge decides to go ahead of his blocking players, and he goes in charge of the ball and wins it.
Corner taken by McLaren, headed away well by Grant, return there by McKinley. Well, the pressure being applied by United, but they still can't find a way through here.
Well, that's the kind of pressure that Dundee United have got to exert on Aberdeen. They pressurise the box here. Here we see a good shot, sitting in perfect position. Most unlucky not to keep that shot on target.
Hugh Robertson is number 3. The 19-year-old defender comes off. Joe Miller goes on. A very positive move this by Willie Miller. And Robertson going off to a good round of applause. The young man has acquitted himself extremely well. I'm sure we'll see a great deal more of him in the future. And Joe Miller replaces him, and that means some reorganisation of the Aberdeen ranks. And it looks as though Brian Grant has gone to left back. Joe Miller wide on the right side of the 4-man midfield. John Burridge goes to claim the ball again. Well, I think we've had all 4 seasons in one day at Hampden this afternoon. Glorious sunshine now. Headed on by McInally. That's McLaren for McInally. A chance on here coming from the right. There's Daly. Well, you can see he was trying to steer the ball on the volley beyond John Burridge.
Yeah, it's a good ball in from Jim McInally on that side, and you know, Christian Daly's been a bit more adventurous than the lad he replaced, and I think it's helped. And I think if United can get him running and breaking through that middle, then he'll cause problems. Not all that far away.
That's one for Brewster to chase. Burridge is well out of his goal again. Well, he has had an excellent match, Burridge. And he is. He probably will not play in the final if Aberdeen get there. Dale Snell is likely to replace him. Welsh with a header. Here's McKinley. How badly United now need some flash of inspiration from him. Urban's in trouble. He recovered just in time. It's gone for a throw. Christian Daly's pace was troublesome there for Aberdeen. Turned forward by McKinnon. It's retrieved by McKinley. Good pass. McCannley is onside. Back it comes towards Bowman, and Richardson was in there quickly. Well, the United fans now giving some vocal support to this late effort. And Aberdeen will break things up a little by bringing on Patalainen. The player coming off is Ian Jess. He certainly hasn't had the most impressive of matches by his standards. Superbly handled by Alec Cleland. Certainly hasn't lacked for effort though. He's applauded by the Aberdeen fans as he goes off. And on goes the former Dundee United player, Mixu Patalainen. Irvin got a touch to that. Here's Bowman. Back into the danger area it goes. There's Brewster. He's fully 12 yards out there as he tried to trouble John Burridge.
Yeah, once again we see Dave Bowman put a dangerous ball into the middle there. And once again I really think that Brewster should be doing just a little bit more than that from there. He should be hitting the target, at least testing the goalkeeper. But another little one of those half chances, if you want to call them that, has gone a begging.
Willie Miller out on the track there, giving Joe Miller some instructions to take the ball for runs to the flank, to the corner flag. Here's Daly breaking on the left. Now McLaren showing good close control, but tackled well by McKimmie. McLaren again. Brought down by McKimmie. Very skillful play by McLaren.
Yeah, it's an nice bit of skill. Yeah, I think the referee was correct.
4 minutes left. Free kick taken by McKinley. Burridge punching to safety. Very effectively indeed. Here's Dave Bowman. Burridge again under pressure and taken out of the play, I think, by Daly. Well, the referee's given a goal kick, I think.
Well, this is the kind of ball they perhaps should have been playing in. There's Christian Daly prepared to challenge it. And I think the referee's right. I don't think there was any real malcontent there, but certainly Christian Daly's entitled to go and challenge that ball. Indeed, he might have been a bit more stronger in his challenge.
2 minutes remaining as Cleland plays the ball into the danger area again. Irvin wins it. Here's McKinley. Back with Malpass. Pressure all the time now from United. Here's Dave Bowman. Lofting it in high. The challenge is made by Welsh. It's the equalizer. United have saved the tie in the dying seconds. And John Burridge is beaten at last. We'd have handicapped the most relieved man on the pitch, I suspect, after his error gave Aberdeen the lead. The ball flighted in here by Dave Bowman. Now look at this aggressive jump by Brian Welsh, the downward header, and Burridge couldn't keep it out.
Yeah, it's a marvellous, it's a well-flighted ball into the middle, but look at the positive run and the possible attack that Brian Welsh makes. He meets the ball perfectly. Superb header. And really, at the end of the day, I think you can say they're entitled to that equaliser. Aberdeen has sat a bit on the lead, but recently, in the latter stages of the game, we have seen Dundee United make those intrusions into that penalty. It looked dangerous, but get nothing from it. And lo and behold, a couple of minutes to go, Brian Welsh gets equaliser.
So here's John Burridge with a goal kick that brings the game to an end. The teams have to come back again on Tuesday evening. The fight, the battle all over. It was Duncan Shearer in 7 minutes who gave Aberdeen the lead with a good volley which Van de Kamp really should have saved. But then, right at the end, in 89 minutes, Brian Welsh leapt to this magnificent cross here. Dave Bowman flighting the ball in. Brian Welsh coming in with a powerful leap. A superb header which beat John Burridge and gives United the replay. It's Dundee United 1, Aberdeen 1.
Did you really fear at one stage that goal was not going to come?
Well, obviously we missed quite a few things, you know, and they hit a post and nothing really went our way. Especially with the way we considered a goal, you think, goodness me, is it really the end?
Did you begin to understand why they talked about a Hampden jinx with Dundee United?
Well, no, really, you know, it looks like our season has been, you know, exactly the way we considered a goal. We considered so many bad goals, which is unacceptable, really. But I'm sure it won't happen, you know, Tuesday night.
So now you look forward to Tuesday night?
Very much so, yes.
Willie, a dramatic 90 minutes. Did you think the game was won?
I must admit, yeah, I thought we had it in the bag. You know, to lose a goal so late on was a hard one to bear. They threw everything. They acted probably in the last 10 minutes, you know. You've got a lot of big bodies and their tall players up front, and eventually, you know, it paid off for them. Maybe not the most attractive football, but I suppose they'll be happy enough with getting the draw.
Brian, you laid siege to that Aberdeen goal during the second half. Did you think you did enough to win the game?
Well, I thought we created, if not all the chances, most of the chances, and I think if we hadn't got the equaliser, it would have been a bit an injustice, like.
You've made a bit of a habit of scoring dramatic goals in the tournament this season, haven't you?
I enjoyed that one, like, but that's the two, the one against Motherwell and the one today. They're important goals, and I'm just delighted.
Still a bit of a shock in losing that first goal. A bad one to lose from your point of view, I thought.
Yeah, that's right. I think Shearer just got a bit of space at the edge of the box, and he hit it well enough, I think, but it went in the back of the net, and that's the way it goes, I think.
But at the end of the day, we saw the big blonde head coming up to score the equaliser. What can you remember? What can you remember about it?
About my celebration. No, I was asking the changing room how far it was out. I'm not really sure how far it was out, but I can't even mind if it was a corner or whatever. But I remember it going in the back of the net. That's all that matters.
Brian Welsh saving United just as he did in the fourth round replay at Fir Park, remember. So it's a replay on Tuesday, and for me, United worthy of the draw, Derek.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I think they created most of the chances. I think Brian was right there. Aberdeen played some great stuff early doors, but Dundee United fought back very well, and they created the chances. The goalkeeper had some great saves. I think in the end, had they not got an equaliser, it would have been an injustice.
One goal early, one goal late. Let's take a look at them. The first of them, Shearer did well, but obviously a goalkeeping error, really.
But many times we've seen Aberdeen just with that one touch all the time. We talk about the one-touch football and getting a result. And I mean, Duncan Shearer does magnificently. I mean, it's great control. He has a shot in the box. That's all you can ask for. But Brian Welsh slips there. See that? That's the reason he didn't get closer to him. His back foot went from him. And the goalkeeper won't want to see that again. We don't have to say it was a bad goal he lost. He knows that. 99 times out of 100, he would have stopped that. But the big fella's magnificent. He'd been up there for the last 10 minutes or so. Obviously, Dundee United throwing caution to the wind. You don't even see him here. That's how well he attacked his ball. Look at that. When we say someone should attack the ball in the box, that's what we mean. That's a prime example, a smashing goal.
And a wonderfully well-directed header. And it had to be today to beat a goalkeeper who may be 42 years old, but my goodness, he played well, didn't he?
Well, he's had 13 clubs, this John Burridge. I think a couple of months ago playing in non-league, but I mean, this is 2 minutes gone. I mean, what a save that. That could have changed the whole game. I think he's marvellous for somebody that age, so agile. He's down there quickly, looked at the bounce and just kept the ball out. I think he's a great shouter as well, a great motivator to his back four. And here's another one. He doesn't like to stay on his line. He wants to come off. That's a dangerous situation there as well. Look, when the feet are flying, he's the first one to come out. And if you can't catch it, make sure the ball stays well away from your goal. Doesn't punch it straight down the middle again, but wide. I mean, that's an ideal punch for a goalkeeper.
One incident which caused a fair amount of argument was the pass back, which wasn't. I don't think this was an intended pass back by Ray McKinnon. He was surely trying to play the ball for a corner, wasn't he?
Well, he was. The referee's in a difficult situation, but there's no way in this air that he meant to pass up. I mean, look how quick it's going back to the goalkeeper. He's obviously mishit the ball, but the referee's given it as a deliberate pass back, which I don't think was right. But he's given it, but I think John Burridge does well at it. Look, he's out there before the ball was kicked. He was only 2 yards away.
I tell you something which occurs to me about those situations, Eric. Surely it's worth just having a bang goal.
You're right.
And if it comes off a defender, you've got the goal. I know it's indirect.
The only problem is if you hit it straight from there into the net and nobody touches it. Remember, it's indirect.
Sure.
And you'd be sick, really. But you're right, with all them on the line, why not have a goal?
It's worth having a shot. Well, one thing which did disappoint me about what was a good game were the spaces in the terracing. Now, I'm not blaming the Aberdeen and United fans, particularly Aberdeen, who are now facing their fourth journey to Glasgow in 10 days. But should Hampden have been the venue when it only attracted 21,000 fans?
Well, it was a good idea at first, player at Hampden, but when you only get 21,000, I think the picture there showed it all. I mean, these empty spaces for a semi-final of our national cup competition, it's wrong. And they've got to do it all again on Tuesday. I think it's unfair on the fans. We don't really think about them enough. It should have been played, even at Dunfermline, it holds something like 17 or 18,000.
Yes.
I'm sure Aberdeen and Dundee United would have been delighted with that.
A packed East End Park would have provided a far more appropriate atmosphere. Although it is pay at the gate, incidentally, on Tuesday night. It's no longer all ticket. And in fact, we'll be at Hampden on Tuesday for that Aberdeen United replay. Highlights at 10:35, BBC Scotland on 1.